I'm not someone who hates advertising. I made a career off of it. I'm not someone who um, is pro advertising in the sense that it's a necessity to our existence. I'm someone who really tries to think of it as a creative endeavor, and is it something that, you know, is doing the job or not. Hello, my name is Sam Ewen. I am a executive creative director at a media company called CMG. For about 14 years, I had created and owned a non-traditional marketing agency called Interference Incorporated, which was based in New York City, although we did work all over the world. The thing about non-traditional is it has non-traditional in the name, so there were certainly people who were doing media that was not traditional media. There was a lot of promotions, there was a lot of publicity stunts, there was a lot of word of mouth marketing, but what I didn't see was an agency that was solely focused on that in the marketplace. So it just seemed like a great time to kind of create an agency that's really just focused on generating buzz in unique and creative ways. Everyone knows what Shark Week is. We came up with one of the ideas we came up with was this giant 30-foot inflatable shark that we sailed around the city for 2 weeks. Clients would choose us primarily because I think we were a little bit more creative in how we were thinking. I've been always someone who's comfortable pushing the boundaries of what kind of society and municipalities will let you do.
Devices found around the city, from the Longfellow Bridge to the New England Medical Center, from Stewart and Columbus Street in the South End to the first device found at Sullivan Square in Somerville. At times, of course, those devices being found and police responding, it paralyzed the city.
The Boston Moon and Night campaign was one that we had been working on for about 3 months with Cartoon Network. And they had come to us and said, hey, we want to do something in this kind of emerging world of electronic graffiti. So we came up with a concept, which was to create this sort of circuit board with about 160 lights on it in this character figure, and then we had sort of recommended a bunch of things that we could do. We could put magnets on the board, we could stick it to anything metal, we could figure out ways to get it high up. We almost wanted people to find them and steal them, because it would be fun for the audience who knew it. The reality of that campaign was we were up in 10 different cities for 2.5 weeks, I think, before that happened, without any issue. And then it, someone in Boston got freaked out about one of them, and it kind of all changed and became a big deal for a day or two. And then we had the fallout of it for a couple of weeks. It surprised me that the reaction was so severe, but it doesn't surprise me that someone had a reaction.
Very scary. Now you have me thinking if I should go on the red line.
The day it happened, I was down actually in Washington, D.C. because I was meeting with Discovery Channel that day, and I was showing them actually this campaign as just a new media channel we had created, and the ability to have electronic signage that didn't need a power source, which was, I thought, sort of my phone starts blowing up, and the restaurant we were in had a TV that had CNN on, and we kind of see this live feed happening from Boston and showcases our project. The news was everywhere, and the name of my company was everywhere, and then probably but the next day my name was everywhere. In the short run, we lost clients, and there was definitely a question whether or not the business could continue. So it was a pretty rough, I would say, 2 or 3 months, and then people started to sort of come and say, oh, I liked, there was no reaction, I liked what you guys were doing, tell me about other things you do. I think sort of post 9/11, there's a sensitivity now that didn't exist before. And so the difference really between 2007 and now is the rise of social media. There wasn't a Twitter or a Facebook back then where you would have the ability for thousands and thousands of people to be having real-time conversations and comments. There was much more happening on the news and on blogs and on the web, but it still was much slower. I could have only imagined having a Twitter account during that moment and having people sort of be able to consistently access me in some way or comment to me in some way that would feel more direct. We are living in an interesting time because advertising itself is changing quite a bit. has been a shift since I started, which was from kind of away from big media like television, like newspapers, magazines, and you're seeing all of those struggle more to capture money. You're seeing a lot of that money go into the digital world, which just didn't exist when I started at all, and now is the dominant media. But with that said, I do think people are more aware of being advertised to. I think that you have to be smarter, you have to be a little bit more authentic. And the companies that stand out are the ones who are willing to kind of understand that it's a conversation where it used to be a broadcast.